rapid fire round. Before we reach the number 1 change, I'd like to do a rapid fire round listing off some minor changes with shorter explanations. If you want to learn more, you can look these up for yourself. Alrighty. There are some intentional changes that appear to have been localizations of the text. Just like how Japanese manga translations sometimes must be altered to best fit a region, so was the Bible. One of these can be seen in Matthew 16, in the passage where Jesus talks about the weather. When it is evening, you say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be stormy today, for the sky is red and threatening. You know how to interpret the appearance of the sky. Some manuscripts have left out this verse, while others have it. Scholars theorize that it was removed by copyists in regions like Egypt because in these climates a red sky in the morning does not announce rain. Audiences in climates like these might read Jesus' statement and think he didn't know what he was talking about. Some changes probably were done as a way to resolve perceived contradictions through the use of retcons. I'll use an unrelated example to illustrate this principle. I'm a big fan of the Song of Ice and Fire book series written by George R. R. Martin, and as amazing as the books are, Martin still makes mistakes. In Book 3, A Storm of Swords, the character of Jane Westerling is described as having good, that is, wide, hips, while in Book 4, A Feast for Crows, originally published in 2005, she is described as having narrow hips. Some scrupulous fans, nerds like me, saw the hip-shaped contradiction and theorized that the hips don't lie, and that the Jane Westerling in Feast is not the same one as the one seen in Storm of Swords, perhaps being a fake or look-alike. Yes, that's how crazy we are. The book's author, George R. R. Martin, has repeatedly stated that this is in truth a simple mistake on his part. He got it wrong. As a result, all current editions of A Feast for Crows made after 2011 have removed the reference to Jane's hips in the passage, with a very, very minor change to the sentence. But the original mistake still remains in the older and some digital copies of A Feast for Crows, circulating around before the mistake had been pointed out. Very similar things have been done to passages in the Bible, just over a much greater span of time. In Matthew chapter 27, verse 34, while Jesus is hanging on the cross, he is given wine mixed with gall to drink. However, in a sizable amount of manuscripts, he is not given wine, but vinegar mixed with gall to drink. Similar sour-tasting fluids, but not the same type of drink, and again not the result of some simple spelling error. The change might have been made by some scribes from wine to vinegar to best fit an Old Testament prophecy in Psalms. They poisoned my food with gall and gave me vinegar to quench my thirst. In another example, although most of us are more familiar with the conflict between David and Goliath, 2 Samuel also discusses a second but very similar battle, rendered into modern English Bibles as, in another battle with the Philistines at Gob, Elhanan son of Jair, the Bethlehemite, killed the brother of Goliath the Gittite, who had a spear with a shaft like a weaver's rod. In some Bibles, you might see a little subscript citation that reads, Hebrew does not have the brother of. As it turns out, the actual translation of 2 Samuel based on the Hebrew should read like this, Elhanan son of Jair the Bethlehemite killed Goliath the Gittite. The words, the brother of, was straight up added into the English text much later. This change originates in the King James Bible of 1611, where a scribe inserted the 3 words to fix or retcon the perceived contradiction of the giant warrior Goliath being killed twice in Samuel by 2 different people, once by David and then again by Elhanan.
أخي يا مقيما شمالا جانب تجوب الأخوة قلبي تجوب وتهتف بي نحو دار الخلود فدرب الأخوة خير الدروب